everybody. Thanks for stopping by the channel. Appreciate you having a visit here in the shop. This is the part 3 of the Rotary table pallet. Part 3, and it's the finish of it. I hope you enjoy the video. Quick update on myself and my son. Yesterday was my second, it's called brachytherapy, high-dose radiation treatment for the prostate. It's a 15-minute procedure, but takes a couple hours when they set you up on the operating table and do all the alignment and stuff. But came home, no pain, no nausea from the being put out, and I can urinate, and that's the big thing, that you want to be able to urinate. So I had the first one on the 3rd. On the 10th, I was feeling really good, and had the second one and doing well right now, and probably another week be up to snuff. So I really appreciate everybody's support. The actual procedure, I was a little nervous about it. All the different things that they're sticking in me and pulling back out you don't want them in that place, but it was well worth it. I won't find out my PSA score till December. That's when they'll check it again, and hopefully it's a flatliner. Following that, my son Tim is still in the hospital. I took the month of August off for vacation prior to this treatments, and spent most of the time at the hospital with him. He was in the hospital all of August except for a day. He was in the hospital in July for weeks prior. We brought him home for 2 days, and he's been in there the whole month of September so far. Double pneumonia. He's on a breathing mask, and we just can't seem to kick the infection. So he's a strong kid, but I tell you, he's just laying there suffering, and just hope we can get him back home and keep him home for some period of time. With that, before we go any further, I got a couple of things. It was my birthday the other day, and I bought myself something too. So let me move the camera, get my mug out of the camera here. Enough seeing me, and we'll look at what I purchased and what I got for my birthday from my sister. First off, for my birthday, I got a Donald Trump pocket knife collection. My sister knows that I like Donald Trump, and both my sisters dislike him. But I'm a supporter, and so she got me this as a gag, but I really like it. Let's get it out of the box. The funny thing is made in China, but nice little presentation box. Tells you how to open it. Certificate of authenticity. Get it out of the box. And there it is. Make America Great Again. It's even got his signature on it. How about that? About almost a 4-inch blade. Got the presidential seal. So, I like it. You'll see that around in my shop. Now, let's see if it cuts. That's like forged in fire. So, everybody's a collector of some sort. Collecting vices, collecting, you name it, right? Everybody's collecting something. Well, I think I finally figured out what I'm a collector of. I've got a whole drawer full, and sometime I'll have to show them. And part of the reason that enthralls me about it, and you've seen some that I've ground, are angle plates, well, or cubes. And I was searching there on Craigslist. Hang on a second, I got to see if you can see me. Okay, back. I just want to make sure that you can see in the camera. So the first one I bid on was this little guy. Let's see, and I haven't even seen it. Guy's name is Joe Kahn, 1943 pt3, it looks like, is what he stamped it. Nice little 3-inch cube, which I plan on grinding. Bring it up, check it first, but clean it up and grinding. $10. Just think how long it would take you to make that for $10. $10 or $12 is what I ended up with. So I bid on this just to bid on it. It wasn't really the one I wanted, but like I said, I'm into these guys. So the next one, the bidding was at $12, and there's his name, Joe Konareski, and he made this in turn it around there, 3/364. And again, it was being bid at $20, and I ended up getting this for $60. The amount of work in this guy is just, you can't do it for $60. I don't even know if you can buy the metal and build it. Just seeing it there, I had to own it. And I really like it. It's got the T-slots in it, so I'll have to make some more T-nuts. And just a sweet piece. Let me grab a file. Being this old, I would assume, oh yeah, nice and hard. Never doubted it, but I thought I'd show it. So I got 2 pieces of tooling from Mr. Joseph Konareski. Thank you, Joseph. Probably looking down from up above, and I'm a proud owner and glad to have your name and the dates on it. That's just something else to have something like that. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed seeing those. You'll see them here in the future in my shop. And let's get on to the pallet for the rotary table. Okay, repositioning the camera, and we'll take another couple thou on the cut. Kick the camera, of course. Well, not the mirror finish I was hoping to get, but I do have quite a bit of stick out on this tooling. But she's flat. Well, I want to be honest with you. The fly cutter did not do me a good job. Ended up maybe 13 thousandths difference from one side to the other. So I went over and got the unit. I put it on the back on the lathe and faced off the opposite side. So it's running tits now. But I trimmed the mill recently, and you see, I'm not going to crank all the way around. It's tits right now. I trimmed the mill recently, but I'm going to have to go back and look at it and see if it's a tram problem. I did check the tooling, and the tooling was within One tip to the other was within a thou, which is what I really was shooting for. So really don't know, but it could have been the tool stick out that was part of the problem. One was sticking out a little further. Lots of variables. Rather than fool with it and keep fooling with it, just took it over to the lathe, cleaned up the perimeter, chamfered the edges. So we're ready to go on to the next phase. Thought I'd be honest with you. Although the large fly cutter is exciting and I've had very good results with it, for some reason on this I didn't. And prior to taking and putting this part on the lathe, I did check the top of the rotary table, and it runs tits. There's no issues with that. All right, we'll move on. I've been using a 5/8 gauge pin as my centering device, and I can retire that here shortly. So I made a pin that's 5/8, fits in the hole, but I made it extra long so that I can drop it into here and hold the plate up in the air on some parallels and do my drilling. So that's the next step that'll happen here. And then eventually this guy will be drilled and tapped. It'll be cut to the right length and then drilled and tapped for 2 different hold down screws so that you can actually use it as a hold down through the center of the pallet. The last step that I want to do here on the pallet for the rotary table is I'm going to drill every 36 degrees 3 holes, one at 1 inch, one at 2 inch, one at 3.75, 1/4 inch 20, and that'll give me various places to use my hold downs. So basically using the quick change tooling again. I'm not going to bore you a lot with that, go through it real quick, just leave the video on, you'll see it. And other than that, it's just crank and move, using the power feed on the drill bit and just reversing the 3-phase to pull the tap back out. If you watched my channel in the past, where this cabinet is now, used to be a whiteboard in a lower cabinet. Well, I've really missed having the whiteboard. So I ended up picking up a smaller whiteboard for listing the various projects. And here's all the projects that I got to work on here, which I enjoy, really do enjoy it. And the nice thing about this board is it's also magnetic, so I can actually put notes up there also, paperwork, receipts, things like that. So let's switch over to finishing up on the pallet. The pallet's complete. It's mounted onto the rotary table now off the spacer blocks I had. 30 holes there, 1/4 inch 20, and I got the hold downs into the T-nuts. The center pin that I showed you, the 5/8 pin that I built, that's what I used to align the plate so it's concentric with the rotary table. And as I'd mentioned, the pin is drilled and tapped on both sides, and there's a shoulder inside this center hole so that you can actually pull down and hold a part directly to the center of the rotary table. One side's quarter 20 and the other is 1032. Those are my choices. So just waiting for a job, but I wanted to get it all set up. It works nice that it fits on my other pallet so that I don't have to worry about aligning it on the table. Just bolt it to this pallet, put it on the mill, and it'll be ready to go. I hope you enjoyed the 3 videos on this. It was a fun little project to get done, and looking forward to get some use on it. As always, hit the subscribe button, and hope to see you here soon on the next video.